Welcome. Life offers many gifts. We're better able to appreciate those gifts and serve others when we enjoy vibrant health. At Sharing Health from the Heart, we're dedicated to bringing you information about simple and natural ways to improve health. We thank Bob Beck for his work in bringing us the use of electricity for health and a 4-part program for health, the Beck Protocol. I'm Carol Punt. I introduce you now to Dr. Eliezer Ben-Joseph, a naturopathic physician with extensive use of the Beck Protocol. Let's join Eliezer Ben-Joseph and an audience of 3 who ask questions about the Beck Protocol, a program for health.
I want to thank you for joining us because obviously looking at this tape, you are in the process of deciding to take care of your own health. I want to set the stage a little bit about the difference between natural health care and allopathic health care. Allopathic is traditional medicine, what you all are familiar with, going to the doctor. They treat symptoms. And if the symptom is gone, then by proxy you're healthy. Where naturopathic or natural health care, we look at health and disease as a process, something that takes your entire life to either produce disease or produce health. So we in natural health care don't look at how to eliminate or avoid disease. We look at what are the processes to promote health. And we've broken that down into a number of steps. Number 1 is getting rid of all the negative emotions. Are you living in a state of fear, anxiety, depression? We now know that negative emotions are immunosuppressive and will affect your body, the state of your own health, greatly. We also know that we want you to eat healthy. That's the second one. Stop polluting your body with such what we call the SAD diet, the standard American diet, junk food diet. Start eating healthy, natural foods. Also, a little exercise would be important as number 3. And number 4, actually getting rid of the things in your environment that may be causing a toxic buildup. Are you living in a house with new carpets, with walls that are producing formaldehydes, fumes that you're having to breathe? Are you living in an area where there's tremendous pollution? So these are things to take into consideration. Now I've added one more. I think one of the things that really promotes health is having social commentary, being of service to the community. And I think that's as important as eating healthy or even as exercise. So what I'm talking about is this investment in a lifestyle is what really will bring about a state of health. Now, there are some unique tools that we are now able to utilize to help in this process. Bob Beck has created 3 pieces of equipment, an electrification of the blood, a magnetic pulse generator, and an ozonator for water. These are some of the new pieces of equipment that we can use that will actually help us in this state. Now, back in 1991, Albert Einstein Medical College in New York City presented at a symposium something that was revolutionary. They used microcurrents of electricity to deactivate and neutralize the HIV virus. They presented this at a symposium. After the symposium was over, nothing has ever been talked about it again since 1991, other than the patent on this microelectric current being used to deactivate viruses, not just the AIDS virus or the HIV virus, but any virus. So it's a little kind of disconcerting that something so revolutionary that might change the very course of disease process in the world is not being researched or even being talked about. In discussing the Beck machines, let me stop the camera a minute, take my coat off, and show you what the first machine looks like, the electrification of the blood. Well, as you can see, this is the Bob Beck unit, the electrification of the blood. Very simple to operate. Wear it on your wrist. The electrodes go on your ulnar and radial pulse. On and off switch. Very easy to use, very comfortable. Let me explain a little though about this kind of electricity. This is a very safe, controlled electricity that's been the same kind of electricity that the FDA has already approved for numerous devices that exist, such as the TENS unit, cranial electrical stimulation, muscle stimulators. So there is no danger from this type of electricity.
Okay, you say there's no danger, but I've actually heard that electricity can be harmful. So what is the difference between this electricity and harmful electricity?
You know, that's a good question, because there is a difference between this kind of microampere currents and the electricity that you get from, say, power lines, the power generators. That type of electricity is 60 hertz or 60 cycles per second at extremely high voltage and extremely high amperage, where this unit is only 27 to 31 volts, it's 4 hertz, and micro amperes. And the microamperes, the microelectric currents, is very different than the high ampere currents. Very safe. Any other questions?
Yes, Dr. Eliezer, I had a question. If I would like to build the unit, the blood electrification unit myself, how difficult would it be?
Well, you can get the schematics from Sharing Health at the website. I believe it's www.sharinghealth.com, and they do print and put the schematics there, and you can build it. You do have to have a little technical skill. Let me mention a little about understanding the electric nature of the body and why we use a machine like this. First, we know that all of the cells of our body are small little electrical generators, electrical units. Dr. Bob Becker, in the book Body Electric, talks about this. There's all kinds of books now that talk about the electric nature of the body, and that there are these little electric microcurrents on a cellular level. So what we are using is these same kind of microelectric currents to actually bring about a state of health. We're actually re-electrifying our body. Let me talk a little about the protocols for blood electrification. Dr. Beck calls for about 2 hours per treatment for about 4 weeks. Now, I suggest that you want to build up slowly. I know some of you maybe jump in with both feet and do it for 2 hours the first day, but you might want to build 15 minutes per day, 3 or 4 days, adding 15 minutes until you get to that 2-hour period, and then do it for 4 weeks. You want to make sure that while you're doing the protocol that the elimination systems are all open. Remember, there's only so many ways you can get rid of garbage in the body, and actually there are 5 ways. You can poop out all the stuff, the garbage, you can pee it out, you can sweat it out your skin, cough it out of your mouth, or blow it out of your nose, but that's the